Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2025 Jayflight 284 BHS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple of things to think about when you're parking. On your campsite, there'll be plenty of room for your awning. On your off campsite, beside your slides, I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord, you can plug it in the middle of the rear of the unit, and then around the corner here behind your slide is your docking station for campsites. Your water there. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply raise or lower until you're level. A small hand crank will get inside here, down on the bolt in there, and get this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. So all four corners of the unit have these quick drop stabilizing jacks. Take up your little safety chain here. I do recommend not using an impact driver. Drill gun will work fine. Impact driver will kind of put too much pressure in there. Run these down, call it a quick release, because you get them down a couple, go ahead and grab this and drop them right down. Now, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Grab a 4-pack of those from the store, put them down underneath there. It's going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, keep them from sinking into hot blacktop in the summer. Get all 4 of those down. Remember, just talk. We've already got it level, we don't want to change that. Once we got level, stable, we can hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord in the rear here. These go in at about 11 o'clock. It's a pistol grip. Turn it to noon, put your black washer on. And should you need to plug into a 110, there will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Comes with your convenience pack. Power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water with a water pressure regulator. If you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so grab a water pressure regulator. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn on your hose yet. Let's go ahead and find your hose. Just come back here to our hot water heater. Make sure our pressure release valve here is down. Otherwise, water is just going to pour out of there. Then go ahead and turn that hose on. After the hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up the slide if you need to, and get in there and open up your water lines. Your sinks, your showers, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to come over here on our campsite and fill up our potable water or freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator over here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right there. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling that up. Don't leave it unattended. Once it's full, put that cap back on there. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp, power and water. I'm going to walk you back around the unit, continuing back up here in the front. There's that little hand crank for your power tongue jack. Your propane does have a cover. Comes with a regulator. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you got gas. Come around off campsite, a big pass-through storage. The other stabilizing jack. Note on your slides. Your slide seals are one of the most important parts of your slide. They've got a spray that you can apply to these, keeps it nice and pliable and flexible over the years, and that's what you want to add to the longevity of the life of those. Get some, spray it on there several times a year. Come around behind your slide. Up here is your tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. You got an outdoor shower. Got a spray port hose that'll hook up to that. City water connection again. Over here is where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. And then our regular low point drains here. Back here is where you plug in some cable at the campsite. Keep this cover on your spare tire. That keeps that from getting dry rotted in the sun. Again, our power, hot water heater. Another spot for that spray port hose. That ladder, utilize it. Go up there several times a year, 60 to 90 days. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a backup camera. On this corner is your quick connect LP for your griddle here. You push this down with 2 hands to bring it out at the same time. Don't push up on them, you lift, or push down, you lift up on them. There's your hose for that. Quick connect down here into there. There's the shut off for that as well. Lift these up, put it back in, make sure it's locked in for travel. The lighting out here, storage drawer and electric fridge. This is all magnetic. Couple outdoor speakers, a vent for a hood range indoors. There's a clip mount for a television that'll snap on there. Got an extra TV mount, comes with this unit you can put onto a television. Flue for your furnace, a few things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of these, they do get hot. And we also sell bug guards for those. Good investment. Again, our freshwater intake, which means our freshwater drain. Cable TV inlet, again for that, into 110. Coming up front to that pass-through storage, that spray port hose I mentioned earlier, as well as that quick snap-on TV mount. What covers everything out here? Take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up side unit, first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of emergency. Just to the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Coming up in the corner here is our lighting, interior and exterior. Up here is where we'll check the levels of our battery, fresh black and gray tanks. Well, full now, we're checking them out. Here's where you turn on your water pump to get to that fresh water once that's full. Your awning, I'm going to start running that out right now. Next to that is our slide control. Our slide's already out. Utilize that, bringing it back in. Just want to mention on your awning. On your awning, you're only going to want to run that out until you can see your bar and your flap falls down to 90 degrees. That's the farthest you want to send that out. If you hold that extend button down, that will flip up onto itself like that and start to roll itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Your doors work best when gently slammed. Coming up inside, 110 charging ports. Your sink, just want to mention on your plumbing. Here's your access panel. Getting ready to winterize this. Your access panel to your plumbing, keep an eye on it. Make sure, especially if you travel a lot in this, your sink in your bathroom as well. If you travel a lot, you're bouncing the house up and down the road, you want to make sure you don't wiggle nothing loose. So microwave up here. Down below that, a light and fan. Above your cooktop. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Right down here on the stove here, you turn that on here. So now when you turn this to your light, turn to your high, hit your spark, and and all three of those light up like that. Oven same way. Get over here, spark up your pilot light, look in there, make sure it's lit before turning it to your desired temperature. Coming from there, we got our electric fridge controls are up there, freezer controls are inside there. Television, the only thing I want to mention on that, down back here, make sure that green light is on, that is your antenna. And when you run a digital channel scan, or when you arrive at the campsite, run a digital channel scan in your home so that you'll pick up all the local channels. I'll turn this AM, FM, Bluetooth on here. Oops, nice sound system.
To get theirs up, and we're really
indoor, outdoor speakers. So, pretty cool system. Our bunk areas, there's your capacities for those. Come back into our bathroom real quick. I will send you a separate video from Suburban on how to use this new hot water heater. Real simple to use. When you arrive at the campsite, when you're camping, put several gallons of water into your black tank. Do not put waste into your water or into your tank without there being some water in there. Have a hand crank open, power exhaust vent here, access to your plumbing under there, as well as here. It's almost all PEX nowadays, easy to take care of. 110 with GFCI reset is in here. Go to a thermostat, crank the air up, go to cool. I should kick this AC on. We have a quick dump on these ACs too, blast cold air in here. You notice I'll shut the AC off. It's only 3 settings. There's fan, cool, and then off. Or fan, cool, and heat. Off. Fan, cool. Now we'll go to heat. You hear that kick on. Now what you will notice is when I shut the heat off, go back to off here, it will take about 2 minutes for that fan to cycle through before it shuts off. We have what I call the parachute pull recliners. Reach in here and pull your parachute pull. There's your recliners. Here's a little table. These are removable. They're just sitting in your cup holder. They travel nicely here though. Lighting here is one touch. On here, go ahead and lift this table up. That'll remove them metal bars. See, you got plastic pieces all the way around here. Put that tabletop on there. Flat cushions on there. Gives you a whole nother sleeping quarters. Heading into the hallway. Back to our bedroom. This is a door that you want snapped open for travel. Prepped for a TV here. There's your 110 cable for that. Solar controller. The only thing you have to worry about on this is to make sure that you are on the type of battery that you need to be on. And yours is going to be, get back to battery. On the bottom here, you just want to make sure that you are on flooded battery, because that's the type of battery you have on here now. Once that's set, you're usually good to go. It shouldn't change at all. I'll send you a separate video from GoPower on that as well. Emergency escape window here. Charging ports and 110s on the side. Lots of storage under here on hydraulics. It's nice. It holds it up for you now. So, one last thing to find, the breaker box and fuses. Alright, located under our stove is our breaker box and fuses. Got a ton of 15s, a couple of 40s. Highly recommend having those with you when you go camping. Alright, let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. This is where I like to start at. Coming up here and shutting off my lights. Now I know that any other lights that are on in the unit are accent lights that I need to walk through and shut off myself. Make sure our vents are closed. Lastly is our bedroom. Oh, these are all one touch. It's nice though, because you can just leave one on at night or two on at night, whatever, however much light you need, instead of having to shut them all off in one spot. All right, get all them off. Turn on my interior lights that say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure our doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's gonna impede our slide from coming in. Put our tables back in where they should be. And slide in. The importance of having that door closed, you don't want that ripped off. Bathroom door as well. Just want that secure for travel anyway. You don't need that bouncing up and down. Make sure this table is down. That noise means it's in all the way. Shut off my interior lights and exit the unit. Biggest thing on these steps you need to remember is to have this exterior door all the way open. Otherwise this will catch on it. Feet are also adjustable. Before you leave the dump station, you're gonna lock, deadbolt, lift and turn this handle. Now if we're out dry camping, we're gonna get underneath our fresh water here, dump this low point drain, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're gonna unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, remember, your dump's all the way at the rear of the unit, just behind your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Once you arrive, hook up. Around here, hook up your sewage hose and pull that black handle. That's your sewage hose, or your sewage. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose from the dump station and hook it up to this tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Turn on that tank flush and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash that nastiness out of your black tank. The longer you let it run, the better. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all that washout water you just put in there has drained out. Then close your black and pull your gray. While my grays are draining, get up in here and dump your low point drains. Again, your gray is going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. It's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. When it's done, close that gray. Come down here and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayflight for many years to come. Happy camping.